What is going on, YouTube? I am Jeff Rooney. Thanks for stopping by and checking out the channel. I just wanted to pop in for a second and, show off something that just came in. If you recall, I said that there was a year two of the Metallica singles collection, and the first one has arrived. So I've already broken the seal on it, so you're not going to see me, ripping that off or anything like that. But I haven't looked in here. I don't know what single it is yet. One thing that I figured just by the box size that this was probably not a 7-inch, which it's not. It looks like it's maybe a 10-inch. Maybe it's a 10 or 12. I can't tell. But let's see, what do we got on here? So side A, Blackened 2020. Side B, Blackened 2020 Live. And the third song is Wood, which is an Alice in Chains song. So an Alice in Chains cover. If you can see right here, this is edition number 5, number 810. So, not a great number, but who really cares? So let me open this up and we'll see what's on the inside. Okay, so just first impressions. Looks like, I'm trying to remember what exactly this was. This seems like it's almost like a Zoom call. Like you've got L for Lars, James or J for James, K for Kirk, and then R for Rob. Or Robert. So let's. So I assume this is like a Zoom call or something like that. But ooh, man, I only had one slip mat besides the one that came with my record player, and now I've got like 3 or 4 just in the last month or so. Got this one. I got a Doom one, and I've got the Ghost one. And then along with the classic Run the Jewels. So I'm going to have to try this out and see how the sound quality is. But really cool. So that just says Blackened 2020 on it, with the Lady Justice in that, kind of lime green. Almost looks like it's like it would glow in the dark. So pretty sweet. And then on the inside, yep, this looks like it was a Zoom call, which I'm trying to remember what this was. This might be, maybe it's an acoustic set, something like that. Hetfield is, I guess, agreeing with that it's probably an acoustic set. But this inner liner, is it? Oh, this is actually to hold the record. Okay, so the record's not in there, but let's see. Okay, so we just got a paper sleeve, kind of generic. It sounds like there's a download card in there, which is always good, but just a generic paper sleeve. This doesn't seem like it's a super heavyweight vinyl, but it looks like. But I mean, it's like, I think this is a 12-inch. I'll have to go check to see either 12 or a 10-inch. But that's pretty cool because, like I said before, it was just 7-inch singles. So this, it's a little bit bigger. Bigger is always better, I guess. So let me go listen to this and see how it sounds. Okay, so this is my official listening spot if I'm listening to a record, and I actually don't want to hear everything, or just hear it with the best sound quality, just because the way that my home theater setup is set up, it's actually set up to kind of hit everything behind me. But if I sit right here, the speakers are kind of more aimed directly at me, so that's pretty good. But I'm gonna go ahead and lay the needle down. I'm gonna listen to it. You won't be able to hear it, unfortunately, but I'll tell you how it sounds. So just listen to side A of Blackened 2020. So that was the acoustic version. So you probably saw me like getting up and like leaning over and trying to. The reason for that, and I don't think my speakers are off balance. I mean, they could be. For all I know, they could be. But from what I noticed, it sounded like James Hetfield's voice was like really heavy on the right side. I could, if I, stuck my ear to the left monitor, I could hear it. I could hear his voice, but it sounded more predominantly like it was coming from the right side. Same with the lead guitar, Kirk's guitar. That sounded like that was on the right side, and then James's guitar was on the left side. So you do get some stereo sound with that. I don't know if I necessarily like the singing part, the singing coming from the right side. I kind of would prefer that to be more balanced. The guitar stuff, that's fine. Like I'm used to that, where one guitar one is on one side and guitar two is on the other side, or it's kind of mixed a little differently. Bass and drum wise, those sounded like they were coming. They were pretty evenly mixed. Those were just the things I noticed. In terms of the sound quality, it sounded great. Everything was. I think I've listened to that song once or twice before. Whenever they released it as a Spotify single, obviously I had to like deal with Hetfield chewing over it, but that's kind of the name of the game. So I'm gonna flip it over and I'm gonna listen to the other two songs, which I think was another recording of Blackened. I think maybe it's live, so I guess that might be full electric as opposed to acoustic, unless it's from like one of the All Within My Hands shows, something like that. And then the cover of Wood, which I think I've heard that song too, but I'll let you know here in a second.
That's right, do it, Lord.
Okay, so I recorded a second part after I listened to the B side of this single, and Hetfield was chewing in the background, so I decided just to basically redo it in here. But the second side was really good. I did go and I went and double checked my sound settings, basically just to make sure the levels were similar and just see if that right side was a little bit louder, and it was, so I did fix that, and that seemed to kind of even things out a little bit. You could definitely still tell that there was, lead guitar was on one side, and, rhythm guitar was on the other side, so that, that's kind of normal with some music, so that wasn't, I feel like that was on purpose. Vocals are still a little heavy on the right side, but, I mean, that could still be, my setup, but it still sounded really good, it sounded really great. And I don't remember if I mentioned it, but I did. I know at some point I did listen to one of the Blackened versions. I think it was, maybe I listened to both, the studio acoustic and then the live acoustic. I definitely listened to the Wood song at some point. It was either through Facebook or YouTube, and I remember that one not sounding great, but on the record it sounded actually really good. So I assume that's something to do with like the compression and stuff that YouTube and Spotify use. So if you haven't picked this up, or if you didn't subscribe to the subscription service, I'm not sure if you can still, subscribe and get a copy of this. So you might have to, hit up eBay or something like that. But it is well worth it. Really cool that they, it's this. I believe it's the same price, but they've, basically made it bigger and made it into a 12-inch, giving you at least a bonus on this first one. And it came out, first quarter of the year, whereas the 20 was that in 2020 when that initially happened? I don't remember when the first one actually was announced or released, but it took a long time for it to actually like ship out. I think it took 6 or 9 months to ship out just the first one, and then after that it just kind of like everything was just backed up from there. So like I said, really cool. Check it out if you can. Go listen to the albums or go listen to the songs off of there if you can find them on Spotify, YouTube, just to get a feel for them and see if you like them. But anyways, we'll see you next time. Thanks for stopping by. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll catch you on the flip side.